Hello everyone, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. Now, some of you have been asking, how come Uganda has not yet rise up to protest for a peaceful protest or to get this change done? Now, allow me to break it down quickly. Yes, we understand, of course, Bobby Wine is calling upon Ugandans to rise up and protect their democracy, protect their freedom, protect their free wills of movement and the freedom of speech and everything. But no one in Uganda so far is showing interest to get up and go to the street and protest. Now, let me break it down to you. To most of the people who don't understand the politics of Uganda or who exactly is General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Okay? Now, most of us might claim that, say, oh, maybe General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is using his son, General Muhoozi, to terrorize the country, to intimidate the country because it's a CDF and so on. That is not true. One of the biggest problems why we might not get the change we deserve because Museveni mastered the science of politics in Uganda and the geopolitics of Uganda. Number one, when Museveni came into power, he knew exactly how to maintain himself into this power. He saw the problem and the weakness of Amin, Obote, and all these other leaders who were there. So he need to figure out, how can I maintain Uganda? So the problem of Uganda right now are not military. Why are Uganda not getting up? The problem of Uganda is not that Uganda we are weak. It's because we have leaders who are bowing down to one man. First of all, ask yourself these questions. Where are the cultural leaders? How come the cultural leaders are not talking about what is going on now in Uganda? Okay, maybe they are just quiet. No, they're not just quiet. Most of the cultural leaders in Uganda, they are being protected by the military. Am I lying? Prove me wrong. Most of their convoys, who protects them? It's the military, isn't it? How come the king of Uganda can't talk? How come the king of Acholi, Bunyoro, Busoga, mention them, and all other cultural leaders within this country, they are protected by the military. Now, Museveni found out on that because he knows when the cultural leaders speak, their people listen. Sometimes we politicians, we might speak, we might raise our voice loudly, but some people might not take it seriously. But when our cultural leaders speak, for example, assuming today the king of Uganda get up and say, you know what, enough is enough. The government of Uganda produce maybe Babi Chagulanyi, or please stop torturing Bobby Wine. If not, this is not good. And there are people who will listen. If the king of Tororo, the king of Acholi, the king of Bunyoro speak, it will happen. The second problem we have in this country is that Museveni master quickly that why Ugandans we can't rise up are the religious leaders. Now, this is funny. All the religious leaders in Uganda bow down to one man. That's Museveni. Now, show me one of them, starting from the Pentecostal, the Catholic, the Protestants, up to Islamic. None of them are talking about this. Recently, it's so shameful that I saw some of the religious leaders' councils, they went to check on Babi Chagulanyi. According to me, assuming that they just went and told her, by the way, they are coming. And indeed, they came. Right now, where is Babi Chagulanyi? So, the religious leaders are quiet. They are not saying anything. The Archbishop, the bishops of Catholic Church, the leaders of the Pentecostals, where are the pastors? Okay, there are pastors who have big congregations. Give an example like Fanero. Give an example like Prophet Elvis Mbonyi. Give all of them. Mention as many servants of God that you know, that they have big crowd, that Ugandans follow them. Each of them are not saying anything to the situation we are going on. The level of unemployment is high, but they're not doing anything. I've not seen any pastors or maybe the religious council coming up and forming something. You said, okay, let's form something to support the government and let's reduce on the problem of unemployment. None of them are doing that, and none of them are talking on the challenges Ugandans are going through. How many times Ugandans has been arrested in protest? Look at the time of Besigye. How many times Ugandans have been arrested? Have you seen religious leaders coming together and cultural leaders saying, you know what, enough is enough. Government, please, can you produce these people? If bring them either life or death, at least let their family know. How many? So this is something to me, not something new. So Ugandans, our problems is one, is that our leaders, both from cultural leaders and our leaders, both from the religious institutions, they are quiet. They're not standing with us. You get the point? And then the politician that we have, majority of them, they're okay with what is going on. They're okay with the money they're giving them, the corruption money, as long as they get what they get. So people might think that, oh, in Ugandans we are coward. We are not coward. It's not like in Kenya where you find that the religious leaders speak against the situations and they tell their people what needs to be done. They tell the cultural leaders the same thing. They talked about to their people and they tell them what needs to be done. That is not what happened in Uganda. In Uganda, it's the opposite, because the man that is leading us, that now has got the 7 terms, mastered the geopolitics of Uganda and the science of Uganda. So it is us, the people, if we want this to work out, one, put pressure on our cultural leaders that they need to know enough is enough. Can they get up and help us? 2, put pressure on the religious leaders, councils. Let them speak up. Not all of them going to sit and eat bread and wine and dine together with the table with the government while the Ugandans are suffering. Now ask yourself, when I saw the tweet Moses posted, over 2,000 Ugandans has been arrested. If we to ask the question right now to the religious leaders and the cultural leaders and other politicians, can the government produce all those 2,000 people to confirm that they are alive? Will it ever happen? You will be shocked only 30. 40 will be presented before the court. Oh, okay, 100, 200 will be presented before the court. But according to their post on social media, over 2,000 has been arrested. You get the point? Now the question is, if they have been arrested, even if there are only 500 people have been arrested, even only 200 people have been arrested, can they really produce them all to see that really these are the people who have been arrested? Now they can either be granted bail or the court can hear them. But time comes, time will go, you won't see them. The same thing happened during the time of Besigye. 1,000 and 1,000 of Ugandans have been arrested. I'm asking myself a question. Are they still in Luzira? Or maybe they are in Lugazi prison, or maybe they are in Barara prison, Bigulu prison, but where are they? We don't understand where are they exactly. From the time of Besigye up to now. Then the other thing is, it's so disappointing that we Ugandans, I don't know if we have the heart of getting up. For example, look at Besigye. Besigye gave its life for freedoms and sacrifice, but I didn't see the truth is, for us, we are feeling the pain. Imagine someone who has been advocating for our freedom right now is very sick. Have you seen any Ugandan getting up and say, please, can we also advocate and protest for Besigye's freedom? Ugandans, we are quiet. We are seated in our home. Right now, Babi Chakulanya has been arrested. His home has been terrorized and things have been turned upside and down. The military has taken over. The question is to be said, where are the women in this country? I expected Anita Monks to post something and say, as for us women leaders, I expected other leaders, except only Winnie Byanyima, who is trying to put something, and Winnie Kiza, the former member of parliament of Kasese. But where are the other women? Okay, Ugandans, what are you guys trying to do? You're quiet. So I don't think we really have that heart of our nation as Uganda. So the question is that we need to think twice. Do we want this change or not? We can get this change is by for us asking the government in a polite way, say, please, enough is enough. Can some things change? People are not demanding for fight. People are not demanding for force. People are requesting for a peaceful transfer of power. The question I will leave with you guys is that, do we need to go back to war? Time of Obote, Amin, then again Obote and others, Tito Kelo Lutwa and other people, Binaisa, mention them, you know them, Yusuf Lule, where we had a lot of, guns left and right in Uganda. Yes, 40 years in power, but the army is the answer. We Ugandans, we have nothing to do. It is the army in Uganda who can help us do the needful. But the question will always be, should we always have to put our faith in the army? Because another man with a gun is going to take over this country. That is another lesson for another more 30 years. We're all going to die, and it will be led by a military. Again, maybe after some time, another military will disagree. Again, will come and overthrow that person. But when shall we have a civilized leadership running over states where a civilian leads and the army agree to support that leadership, and they stand in their roles to protect the border and protect the people at all costs? The police stand with their freedom of keeping laws and order. The prisons stand with their rules and regulations to make sure that the people who are brought in prisons are well educated and they were trained that when they come out, they become better citizens of this country. Now, those are some of the things that we need to think about it. Above all that, I urge you as a people of Uganda to sit down, think, reflect of what type of Uganda do you guys want. Uganda, we are blessed, but we need to figure out how we can use this for the better and the growth of our nation. Apart from that, I pray that you Uganda reflect and think. I am not saying that the guys get up and go and protest. I am saying sit down, reflect and think. What type of future do you want to give to your children, to your great-grandchildren? And those in power, congratulations. But for those who are ministers and they're under NRM, I have one question to you. Show me any minister or any member of parliament who work under NRM government that right now they are not there and they're doing very well. Show me one. If you have one, then I will rest my case. Show me one. I don't think any is there. Since Museveni came in for 40 years in power, he had ministers, he had member of parliament, he had a device. Show me one in the 40 years in power that have been any Ugandan, either from the east, north, Bunyoro and so on. The people who have remained with wealth are the people who speak his language. People who are from their side. Yes, some people like Mama Mbabazi, they are there, and many others. I can give you all the rest. But show me the other Ugandans who have been part of his cabinets, that they have wealth, they're doing well, and they're really very good at it. Oh, are they still alive, by the way? I'm just asking you a question. So even you who is under NRM, I wish you guys all the best. It reminds me of a one man called Abiriga who loved NRM. The underwear was yellow, the shoes was yellow, the cap was yellow, everything was yellow. Where is he now? May his soul rest in peace. It's a question of a reflection. And this goes to all of you who are leaders or politicians. For us, we don't have the power, but we all want a better Uganda. A Uganda where everyone feels good. Anyone coming from Rwanda, from South Sudan, from where, we all want to feel good in one country. But the type of Uganda now we are seeing, I don't know. So I urge you people to think, especially you the army, think. Let's be like Zimbabwe, where the army decided peacefully not to take over power, but to call someone who can lead them. If people think General Muhoozi is fit to be the next president, then you people sit and reflect, think. If you think Besigye, Bobi Wine, Mao, who, there's someone, please, people think. Can't Uganda at least have a peaceful transfer of power once for the lifetime? Can we also celebrate that? It might not be the biggest thing that we need in life, but we want to celebrate that fruit. That, hey, we had peaceful transfer of power for the first time in the history. We want to have that. We forget about the bloodshed. From the time Uganda got independent, a lot of blood has been shed. Innocent blood. And up to now, as we speak, the blood is still being shed. So is it going to be like we are cursed? And you, the religious leaders, you're busy preaching in church. Oh, praise the Lord, praise God. And you're forgetting that there are innocent blood which is being poured down. And you're praying. Can all this end? The cultural leaders. You want to lead us because you're our leaders. We agree and we accept. But do you feel our pain as the people? I have just done this video as a point of reflection. So some of you guys might reflect and think. The same thing I'm asking the president. You can also reflect on this. You had a vision with your 10-point programs. We wish you all the best, that at least either you have covered a half or 5, I don't know. But you can't do everything alone. Give space for other people to do what they can do. Ugandans will celebrate you. Uganda will celebrate General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni if you decide to step down. I think whatever happened in life, people will forget. It's like someone has been the worst in life, but then later on come and do something magical that people never expected. People forget about the worst thing. They will always remember what you have done because it has never happened in our history of Uganda. And that is my prayer. As a politician, as a political activist, I urge you people to think of that. Apart from that, wow, nothing much I can say. I wish everything goes well for God and my country. See you guys all. And I hope whoever will watch this video, you reflect about them. And we hope we can have a better Uganda in future. See you guys. God bless you.